I usually put this on the YouTube. After I tutor everyone on YouTube or on Zoom, I upload it to YouTube. So I forgot if I ever gave you the
You did. I
uh
follow you.
okay, cool. All right, number one, write write the standard form equation for the circle with the given information, center that and point that. Okay, how do we do this?
I believe there's a formula. I can't recall it
Yep.
though.
Okay, so the formula is this. It wants standard form. So it's like this. Bracket x minus h squared plus y minus k squared
That's for standard form.
equals r squared. Yeah. Oh, actually, I think that's the other form. The other form is it's all on one side equals zero. You know what I mean? Do you have notes? Did you get class notes on this?
No.
No class notes? Okay. Standard form is I forget which one's which. Let me just Google that right quick. Uh,
She pushed our the math department head, she
ah,
pushed the quiz to Wednesday and she made it open notes. So I
okay.
wanted to get down
Okay.
the formula so I could write that down.
Standard form. And what is this? Circles? Standard form equation of a circle. Equation of circle. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Yeah, it's this one right here. See this? Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same one right here. Okay. So with that formula that I wrote, HK is assumed to be the vertex. So this is H comma K is the vertex. So this is the vertex. Okay, so they give you the vertex as -2, 4, right?
Hmm.
So just plug that in. It's going to be the opposite right here. So it's going to be x not -2 but +2 squared plus y opposite of +4 would be -4 squared. And then it says that okay, so we're going to let this equal r squared for the time being. Okay,
Hmm.
this is vertex. Okay, so now we plug the center in. What we're going to do is plug this point in now, 3 comma 12. So this is your x and this is your y. So just plug it into this line right here. So x is 3, right? So 3 plus 2 squared plus what's y? 12 minus 4 squared equals r squared. Are you with me?
Hmm.
Making sense?
Hmm.
Okay, so 5 squared is what? 25 plus 8 squared is 64 equals r squared. So what's r?
1 second.
R equals what?
R equals 25 plus 64, 89.
Yeah, that's 89. Did I mess something up here? Let me just check that. Plus 2 there and -4 here. That's right. 3 plus 2 squared, yep. And 12 minus 4 squared, yep. So r squared is 89, right? So
Hmm.
that means that r is root 89. Root 89. So now you just plug everything into that first equation right here. So x sorry, this equation. This one. X uh x plus 2 squared uh plus y minus 4. Oops. Y minus 4 squared equals root 89. Okay. Y minus 4, right? That's y right there. So basically all you're doing is taking the vertex, or I'm sorry, I said vertex. I meant center chart. This is not vertex. This is center. Sorry, I said vertex. I meant center.
Okay.
All you're doing is taking the center, plugging the center in right there with the opposite x sign and right there with the opposite y sign. And then the radius is going to be just plug in the x here and the y here, which is what we did on this step right here, and then simplify. So what we did was solve for r squared, and actually we solved for r, not r squared. We solved for r, right? So then we plug everything into this final line right here. There's your center, -2, +4, and there's your radius, root 89. Okay. The next one is the same thing. Next one's the same thing. All right, let's do that one. Okay, let's do this one. All right, so let's skip to the, so let's just write down x. We don't need to write x minus 0. All right, let's just write the standard formula. X minus h squared, this is a bracket right here, plus y minus k squared equals radius squared. All right, let's plug some things in here. We're not going to write x minus 0, so that one's just x squared plus, what's this one?
You said don't write 0?
Yeah, right. The x value is 0 here, right? All right, I'll put it in. I'll put it in just to show you. Just to, so you get the idea. So we'll just say x minus 0 right here, right? Because 0, 0 comma 9 is the center. So what's this bracket right here? Y plus 9 or minus 9?
Um, -9?
Minus 9, yep. Okay. Equals
Is
r
okay,
squared.
so is it always opposite?
Yeah,
Or you just go
opposite
by
the sign.
the
Yep,
okay, so I know
opposite
the
sign.
formula says subtract, but let's say it's already in
Exactly.
a subtraction. It's a positive when you write it down.
Say it again.
On the formula, it has a subtraction sign. But
Yep.
let's say the number in the parentheses, like in the question, is a negative number. Do I change it to a positive?
Like -3, 5, like that.
Yeah.
Then it would be +3 minus 5.
Okay.
Whatever's right here, the opposite is going to go into the brackets. So 0 there, we got our -0 right there. And then this is 9, so we got our -9 right there. Opposite sign.
Okay.
The opposite sign goes into the brackets. All right, make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this one, there's nothing to simplify there, right? That one's just x squared, right?
Yes.
And then plus y minus 9 squared here. Actually, no, let me plug in that point. Okay, so you're with me up until this line, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now look what point it goes through. It goes through 4, 5, right? So x is 4 and y is 5. So just plug it in. So what is this? 4 minus 0 squared plus what's y? 5 5 minus 9 squared. Make sense?
Yes.
All right, now just simplify and then keep going. This is 4 squared is 16 plus 16, right? Equals r squared. So 32 equals r squared. Therefore, r is root 32. Root 32. Okay. Actually, we can simplify root 32, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can simplify root 32 to what? Root 32 is the same as, what's the biggest perfect square that goes into 32? Root 16 and root 2,
16.
right?
Oh, yeah, 16.
16 and 2. So therefore, r is 4 root 2. Okay.
Oh,
Makes sense?
4 root 2.
4 root 2. So then your equation is what? What's the whole equation?
The whole equation is
Plug it into right here. X squared plus y minus 9 squared equals radius equals 4 root 2. Okay. Making
where
sense?
should the is it okay? Can we go over that one like one more time from the top?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Please scroll down. All right, oops. All right, let's start over again. Okay, so first line I just wrote the standard equation, right? That's just the standard circle equation right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is centered at h comma k. H comma k is the center. Center equals h comma k. Now they give us the center at 0, 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all we did was plug in the 0 there, plug in the -9 there. Opposite of 0, well, 0 is a non-negative and non-positive. There's no sign to 0. So I just put in -0 there, and then the opposite of +9 there, -9, right? Are you
Mm-hmm.
with me? Are you with me on this second step?
Yes.
Okay, so second step, we're good. Third step, now all we're doing in the third step is taking the point 4, 5. This is your x and this is your y, and plug it in, plugging the x there and plug in the y there. X is 4, 4 minus 0. Now we're on the third step. 4 minus 0. And then the y is 5, 5 minus 9. With me on the third step?
Mm-hmm.
4 minus 0 is just 4. 4 squared is 16. Is this 16? 5 minus 9 is -4. -4 times -4 is this 16. With me?
Yes.
Okay, now just add them together. 16 plus 16, that's 32. 32 equals r squared. Now all we did was simplify the root 32 to 4 root 2. And then now we know r. We're trying to solve for r here. So we know the center is this, and we know the radius is 4 root 2. So put everything into this equation. X squared plus y minus 9 squared equals 4 root 2. 4 root 2.
Why do you start it with x squared? Where do you get that from?
I get that from right here. I get that from this step right here.
Oh, okay. Well, why do you should how do I know how to write it down like that? Do I just automatically write it down like that?
Automatically write this down right here, the standard formula right here. Just memorize this off the, just memorize this right here, or write it on the sheet you'll use for your quiz.
But
Just write
for the
that down.
standard form,
Yeah,
why
standard
is it
form.
x2?
Why is it x squared?
Yeah.
There's a square here, and there's a square here, and there's a square here. That's just the formula. That's just the formula.
So for every standard form, it starts with x squared?
X minus h squared.
No, for not for the formula, but for the standard form, like
This
the answer.
the answer. This one is just a 0 because there's 0 here. The
Oh,
standard is a
okay.
0. If this was -2 here, this would be +2 in brackets. Get it?
Yes.
It's just 0 there because the x coordinate on the center is 0. Because look at this one. Look at the first one. Look at this first one here. You got
Mm-hmm.
-2 right here, right? So look, we got +2 right here.
Mm-hmm.
You got +4 right here. Opposite, -4 right here. Opposite sign of the center coordinates. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you good on 1 and 2?
Yes.
See what I put in the box right there? This right here. Put this on
Mm-hmm.
your cheat sheet.
Yeah.
And then just right beside it put right standard form of a circle. And then write
What's
this too.
the
Write this too.
what's the circle formula?
Yes, circle formula in standard form
Okay.
with center h k, comma k.
Okay.
And you'll use that sheet on Wednesday. All right, 1 and 2. Write standard form equation for circle with given information. Or take a picture of that.
I got it. I'm writing everything down.
All right. And then I'll go on to 3. So this is your quiz review for Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you get this? Friday?
Yesterday.
Not Sunday, but Friday, right?
Hmm.
All right. All right. So are you, can we go on to three?
Yes.
All right. All right, let me clear the whole thing. All right, three. Write the equation in standard form given the following equation. State the center and radius. Okay. All right, so how are we going to do this one?
Um, Not sure.
Okay, this one we're going to complete the square. You guys ever done that in class? Complete the square?
I recognize the name, but I don't recall how to.
We're just going to try to put it in this form, the standard form of a circle form. This is the standard form right here. Y minus k squared equals r squared. We're just going to put that. We're going to take this and write it, make it look like that. Okay.
Hmm.
All right, so let's do it. All right, so what we're going to do first is move this 10 to the other side. That's the first thing we're going to do. So equals 10 on the right side. First thing we're going to do is just move that 10, or we're just going to add 10 to both sides. So when we add 10 to both sides, that one will cancel out. All right, so what we're going to have left on the left-hand side is x squared minus 10x plus y squared plus 2y. Are you with me up in this point? All we did so far was add 10 to both sides. Are you with me?
Hmm.
Okay, so now we're gonna take, okay, you know what coefficient means? You know what the word coefficient means?
Isn't that like the whole number?
Okay, so what's the coefficient of this right here?
10,
Negative 10, negative 10, yeah. What's the coefficient here?
2.
Okay, so what are we gonna do with those two coefficients?
Add them together.
No, not add them together. Is that how they taught you to do it in school? Add them
I
together?
don't recall. I just
Okay.
know to, I guess, add like terms or something. Well, they're not like terms, my bad.
Yeah, adding like terms is something else. Like, there's no like terms here, anyways, right? This one's x squared, this one's x, this one's y squared, this one's y, and there's a number. So there's
Yeah.
no like terms in that, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is take the coefficients. So we have a negative 10 coefficient. What we're gonna do with that is divide that by two. What is that?
-5.
And then we're gonna square it. So two things. Divide by two, then squared. What's negative 5 squared?
Mm,
Negative 5 times negative 5, 25, right?
25.
Okay, so we're gonna add 25 right here. So x squared minus 10x. We're gonna add 25 there. If we add 25 on the left side, we gotta add 25 on the right side. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take this coefficient and do the same thing. Divide by two and then squared. What's two divided by two?
1
Now, what's one squared?
itself?
Yeah,
No, 2.
exactly
2,
one.
2.
Exactly
Okay.
one. So we're gonna add that on the end right here and on the right side. So let's do it. Plus y squared plus 2y plus 1. Now we added 1 on the left side, so we got to add 1 on the right side. Okay, so now we're going to factor this and we're going to factor this. What does the first one break into?
Um,
What does the second one break into?
I'm a bit confused. I don't know the steps to this. Like,
Okay, the steps is complete the square. So when we complete the square, so here's the kind of the steps right here. One, we're going to complete the square, complete the square. So to do that, what we do is divide coefficient by two, divide the coefficients by two, divide the coefficients by two. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is take that answer and square that answer. Square that answer. And then the next thing is, that's why I was asking you, like, that's this part right here, step 1 and 2. So that's step 1, that's step 2 for both of them, right? Since there's two whatever, like two expressions here. That's one expression, that's two expression, the second expression. Okay, so now if you just look at this, what is that factor? What does that factor into? If you look at this, what does that factor into? Y,
Um,
or sorry, x. It's going to be this number right here, that number right there, and this number right here. So it's going to be x minus 5 squared, and it's going to be x plus 1. Sorry, this will be y. Y plus 1. And then what's 10 plus 25 plus 1? What is that? 36.
36.
36. There you go. Now this line right here looks like this line right here. Look at that line and look at what we have here. It's in the right form now. We want it in that form. Okay. Okay, if you don't understand that, we just got to go through a few repetitions of that for you to get the idea of that. All right, so just bear with me for the time being. We'll do another repetition in number 4.
Okay.
4 is just like 3.
Okay.
Well, it's not exactly, it's similar. It's similar. But the idea on number 3 is to put the equation they gave you into the right. Look, it says, like, write the equation of a circle in standard form. Here's your standard form. This one right here. Standard form. That's standard form right there. All right. All right, so number 4, write the equation of the circle with center that and radius that. Okay, this one straightforward. How do we do this one? Here's your standard form. What do I write on the next line? They give you the center and the radius. Just plug everything in. This is an H right here. What goes right here? What goes right here? What goes right here?
H is 4,
So
-4,
x minus 4, exactly, yeah. Squared plus what?
4 plus 7,
This one. Opposite of that one?
-7.
Well, don't worry about the radius just yet. Don't ignore this for a second.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to that.
Positive 1.
Positive 1. Now, what's this part right here? Now use the radius.
That's
Now
is
use
that
radius.
that's the radius.
Right. So what's 7 squared? 49.
49.
Or let me just put the 7 squared. 7 squared. 7 is the radius squared, right? So this will just be 49 here. Write the same thing on this side, right? X minus 4 squared, y plus 1 squared. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So this, make sure you memorize this and make sure you know what H is. H is the X value of the center, K is the Y value of the center, and R is the radius. Okay. All right, let me give you a little bonus. Write the equation with the center 3, -5, radius 5. What's the equation in standard form for that?
Okay.
Or just say it out.
X minus 3
Squared, yep. X minus 3 squared, yep.
plus positive 5.
Y plus 5 squared, yep.
Oh,
Equals,
y plus 5.
yep. Y plus 5, yep.
Y plus 5 squared equals 5.
5 squared. Just rewrite the left side equals 25. Okay.
Hmm.
Get the idea slowly.
Yes.
All right. Go down 4.
Yes, I am.
All right. Did you copy down 3 and 4? Can I erase it?
Yes, you can.
All right. 5. Use the distance formula to find the equation of the parabola with f 0, -3 and directrix y equals 3. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so use the, okay, do you remember the distance formula?
No.
Okay, if I remember it correctly off the top of my head, it is, we're gonna check, but just let me give it a shot. I believe it's x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared and the root of that. All right, let me just Google that just to be sure. They want distance formula. Distance formula. Yes, that's right. The difference of the term squared, and you're adding them. Yeah, okay. All right, so that's the distance formula. That's just the distance between 2 points, any 2 points. All right, so now let's see what we got. Okay, so all right, let's make a little sketch right here on the side here. Okay, so there's your xy. 0, -3 is right here, right? There's your 0, -3, and directrix y equals 3. So y equals 3 is right up here somewhere. And there's your line y equals 3, right? This line is y equals 3, and this point is 0, -3. Make sense so far?
Hmm.
All right. Okay, so use the distance formula to find the equation of the parabola with f 0, -3 and directrix y equals 3. Okay, so do you know which way the parabola is opening up? Do you know it's opening up, down, left, or right?
If it's negative, then it goes down.
If what is negative?
The equation, I'm not sure.
If the a value is negative, it'll open down.
Okay.
But we have no, well, we're trying to find the equation of the parabola, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so use this formula to find the equation of the parabola with f that and directrix y equals 3. Okay, so I believe it open. You don't have any examples like this one, do you?
Like what?
Like number 5?
Um,
No class notes or PowerPoint or anything?
no.
Oh yeah, just Google an example like this. Can I copy this? I just want to see how they get that first point. I know how I meant the second point. I don't know the first point. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, find the parabola with focus that and directrix that. Let's go back. Since the directrix is vertical, use an equation of a parabola that opens up or down. Okay, this is what I need right here. This is what I need. There's a 4 in it. I just gotta remember what the formula is. Let me erase this for a second. Annotate, clear all, clear all. I need to read an example like that one. Since the directrix is vertical, r of a directrix is horizontal. Use the equation of the parabola that opens up or down. Okay. Since the directrix is vertical, the parabola will open up or down. Our directrix is horizontal, so our parabola will open left or right. Okay, so let's see an example that with a parabola that opens left or right. How do you find the directrix of a parabola? If we consider only parabolas that open up or down, then the directrix will be a horizontal line in the form this, y equals c. If we consider only parabolas that open up or down, then the directrix will be horizontal line that of the form y equals c. Let a comma b be the focus, and let c be the directrix. Let's try this one. Okay, so it's kind of like this. Our directrix is y equals 3, which is up here. Okay, here we go. This is between the point on the parabola to the directrix. To find the equation of the parabola, equate these two expressions and solve for y0. Find the equation of the parabola in the example above. This is between point that and AB is this is between point x0 and y0 and the line y equals c. Okay, here we go. Y0 minus c absolute value. Here, the distance between the point and the horizontal line is the difference of their y coordinates. Difference of their y coordinates. One y coordinate is -3, and the other y coordinate is the other y coordinate is 3. So the difference there. All right, let's see what they got. If the focus of the parabola is this and the directrix is this, okay, so this is just like that example. Use the distance formula to find the equation of the parabola with f that and directrix 3. Okay, so it's just like this example right here. If the focus of the parabola is 2, 5 and the directrix is y equals 3, find the equation of the parabola. Let x, o, y, o be any point on the parabola. Find the distance between that point and the focus. Then find the distance between x0 and y0 and directrix. Okay, so what are they doing here? The distance between y0 and x0 and 2, 5 is that, okay? The distance between x0 and y0 and directrix y equals 3 is this, okay? So now you equate the two. All right, let's equate the two. All right, let's go back. All right, let's do it like this. So we go x0 comma y0. Okay, so the distance between x0 and y0 and f0 -3 equals x0 minus 2 squared. Okay, so let's do it. Let's write it down. This distance will equal x0 minus 0 squared plus the difference of the y's. Y0 minus 3 would just be plus 3 squared. That's the first part. So that's this part. Now this part, the distance between y0, or sorry, x0 comma y0 and y equals 3 is this right here, is this part right here. Absolute y0 minus 3. So absolute y0 minus 3. And now you just let these two equal each other. So this will
Okay.
now x minus 0 is just x0 squared plus y0 plus 3 squared, root of all that, equals this one, absolute y0 minus 3, absolute. Okay, so now let's clean this up a little bit. So equals that, equals that, equals that. Okay, so now let's see what they do. They do, so okay, so now they equated each other. So now they squared both sides. If we square both sides, the left side radical will disappear. So now we square both sides. Square both sides, we get x0 squared plus y0 plus 3 squared equals y0 minus 3. All right, so that's this line. They square both sides. Simplify and bring all terms to one side. X0, okay, so all right, so let's do that. X0, x, y. All right, so x0, the zero, x0 squared term, and then the x. Okay, so let's do that. What do we have? We have x0 squared plus what? Do they square that part out? I'm wondering if they square this out. Do they square that out? Simplify and bring all terms to one side. Where is the plus 4? Do they have a plus 4 somewhere? Do they have a plus 20? Oh, yeah. They probably just cleaned it up all the way. Yeah, they probably simplified the whole thing. That's why. All right, let's clean this up. Let's do it like this. Let's square it out. So x0 is just x0 squared. Now, if we foil this, or not foil it, if we expand it out, what do we get? Plus y0 squared plus 2 plus 2, no, 2 times 3 is 6, plus y0 would be the first, y0 squared would be the first one, plus 3y0 plus another 3y0 is 6y0 plus 9 equals y0 minus 3. Okay, now simplify it. X0 squared plus y0 squared. What is 6y0 minus 1y0? That's 5y0. And then plus 9 plus 3 would be plus 12 equals
Did you
0.
get the 6 from?
The 6 is, I'm getting the 6 from, I'll show you. From this, when you see this right here,
Mhm.
when you square that out, y0 plus 3, when you square that out, you'll get what? Y0 squared plus 3y0 plus 3y0. There's your 6 plus 9. This is your 6y0 right here. It's kind of like, what's x plus 3 squared? X squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. This is your 6x right here, plus 9. So let's see if I did that right. If you square out this term right here, you'll get this right here. Y0 squared plus 6y0 plus 9. Then you just simplify. X squared is this x squared. Y0 squared is this y0 squared. 6 minus this 1 will be 5. And then 9 plus 3 will be the 12. All right, so then I think there's one more step after that. One more step. Let's see what they got. Okay, so now this is what we did right there. Everything on one side equals 0 on the right side. Write the equation with y0 on one side. So now they're just solving for y0. Okay, so now they're just solving for y0. So solve this for y0. Solve this for y0. Just make sure everything else is on the other side. Y0 squared equals, let's see what this says here. Write write the equation. See what it says right here. Write the equation with y is 0 on one side. That just means solve for y 0. All right, let's solve for y 0. Let's solve for y 0. Okay, so what do we have here? They want it in what order? They want the x squared first, then the x, then the number. Okay. The x squared term first. What do we have? We have negative x 0 squared minus 5y 0 uh negative 12. There you go. Which is this line. Okay, so then they take out the 0 after. They just leave it as y equals that. So then just take out the y 0 and leave it as y squared equals negative x squared minus 5y plus 12. Yeah, that questions like that, they take a little bit. This is a good example right here. I'm gonna email this to you right here. Copy. This will be number what? This was like number 6. Use that as a guide for number 6.
Okay.
When you have some time, just review that on your own, right? Let me email this to you. Compose Jordan. Question 6 example. Question 6 example. And then just review that one on your own. Okay, so that was number 6, right? So when you get a little more time, just review that one in detail. 6. Oh, sorry, I meant 6. It was really 5. It was really 5. My bad, 5. It should be 5. It should be 5. Question 5. Okay, so let's see which one are we on. Now we're on 6. Okay, now we're on 6. All right, 6. All right, so just copy that, take a picture of that, or copy it down. Erase. Where's the eraser? Clear all. Write the equation of the parabola with a vertex of 0, 0 and directrix x equals 5. All right, let's try this one. All right, so let's make a little diagram first. There's our diagram. Write the equation of the parabola with a vertex of 0, 0. There's your 0, 0, and directrix x equals 5. X equals 5 is right here somewhere, right? X equals 5 is this vertical line right here. Okay, there's your x equals 5. X equals 5. Okay, write the equation of the parabola with the vertex this. Okay. All right, this one I have to see an example 2. Write the equation of parabola with that and vertex that. Okay, so let's find an example like that. So your teacher doesn't give you questions in class like this?
Um, I well back then I guess he YouTube, but we don't have a teacher right now.
Okay. Use it. No, not this one. So what we're trying to do is find equation with a parabola given the vertex and directrix. Write the equation of a parabola given vertex and directrix. Okay, let's search a question like that. Find equation of parabola given vertex and directrix. This one right here. You have an example like this. How do you find an equation of the parabola with vertex this and directrix this? Yes, so it's just like this one right here. Okay, so they give you the vertex that, and they give you the directrix that. The vertex is in the second quadrant. Okay, so vertex is at the origin, 0, 0. The vertex is in the second quadrant. The directrix is parallel to the x-axis. Our our directrix is parallel to the y-axis. Okay, so we know that it's parallel, our directrix is parallel to the y-axis. The example says the directrix is parallel to the y-axis, which is the same thing as us. So the parabola opens to the left. Okay, so our parabola is going to open to the left too. And our vertex is 0, 0. So it's something like this. Something like that. And this is your 0, 0, right? 0,
Mhm.
0. Let's go back to the example. Okay, so here's the standard formula. Y minus k squared equals negative 4a x minus h squared, where h and k are the coordinates of the vertex. So we're going to plug that in. All right, let's write that down. Y minus k squared. Okay, so y minus k squared equals, what was it? 4 negative 4a x minus h. All right, let's write that down. Negative 4a times x minus h. And now we remember from earlier that h comma k is the vertex.
Mhm.
And so it's 0, 0 in this case. 0, 0 is the vertex, equals a vertex, right? Okay, so it'll just be y minus 0 there squared equals negative 4a x minus 0 there. All we did was plug in the vertex so far. Now what else did they do? Okay, so they plugged in the vertex there. The h is that, k is that. Okay, so now they solve for a equals 1.5. Half the distance between directrix and vertex equals distance between focus and a vertex. All right, so let's see where they're getting the 1.5 from. Where are they getting the 1.5 from? Distance between, okay, distance, they're using the distance formula again. Now they're using, remember, this is x minus x equals 1 is the same thing as 1 comma 0. So they're getting the distance between these 2 points. So let's check if that's 1.5. Distance equals x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Does that work out to 1.5? X2 is what? 1 minus 2 squared plus 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1 squared. What is that?
Um,
That,
negative 1 squared.
yeah, so that one will be 1. And then what's this first one? Plus plus. 3 squared is what? 9. That's root 10 though, right? Does that make sense?
Uh, yes.
1 minus 2 is the same as 1 plus 2 squared, which is 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. A equals 1.5. Half the distance between directrix and vertex. Oh, half. Half the distance between directrix and vertex equals the distance between focus and vertex. All right, so let's see what else they got. Substitute these values into the equation. So there's where they plug in the 1.5 in. All right, so we got everything about the 1.5. Where are they getting the 1.5 from? Half the distance between the directrix and vertex. Where's 1.5? There's your vertex, 2, 1 right there. We know that the directrix is 1 in this example. Directrix of 1, which is this line right here. So now they're saying half the, okay, so what's the distance between this and this? What's that distance? One, two, three, no, four. One, two,
Or
three, four. But half of four is two, not 1.5. That's why I'm not sure where they get the 1.5 from. Or actually, no, it's not to that point. It's to this point. My bad. It's to this point. So x equals 1 is this line right here. Ah, it's this. There's your x equals 1, right? There's your vertical line. Now they're asking, actually, it wasn't to this point. It was this point. What's this distance? 1. Yeah. Okay. There's your 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. That the half of that is 1.5. Okay. There's where they're getting it. Okay. All right. Let's go back. All right. Let's go back. Which one was this? Which one was this? Which one are we on? 5? No, 6 we're on. Okay, let me rewrite this part right here. Let me erase this part right here. Okay, so what's the distance between the directrix and the vertex? What's this distance right here? Between what's that to that? What's that distance right there?
um, so that's 5.
Okay, what's half of 5? 5 over 2, right?
Yes.
So that's what A equals. So now you're going to plug the A in right here. So y minus 0 is just y. Y squared equals negative 4 times 5 over 2 times x. Okay, so now just simplify the right side. Y squared, excuse me, equals, what is that? Negative 20 over 2 is what? Negative 10x. All right, let's see what they got in the example, how they write it. They write it like, okay, so they put everything in one equation now. The vertex is 1. The vertex is negative 2, 1. So there's your opposite of 2, and there's your opposite of positive 1. Okay, let's write it in that same order. Okay. All right, let's write it in that same order. So let's write it just like this, in this line right here. All right, so okay, so we know A equals 5 over 2. So let's erase this part right here. And then just stick the 5 over 2 right here where the A is. Oops. 5 over 2. Okay, so now they just simplify it. Okay, so they square out the right, or they expand out the left side and they simplify the right side. Okay, so now let's do that. Let's do it. Y squared, that stays the same. It works out to be the same actually. Uh negative, this is negative 10x. There you go. Oh, so okay, they solve it for x here. Okay, let's solve this for x. One more step. If we solve this for x, what do we get? We get negative 10x equals y squared. So divide both sides by negative 10, y squared over negative 10. There you go. All right, so let me send this one to you. This one is study this one. This one is question, what was that? 6. What was it 6? Yeah, 6. Question 6. Let me send this one to you.
Thank
Jordan.
you.
Jordan. Question 6 example. So I'm just following some of these examples, these ones here. All right, so that one's 6. All right, 7. Let's try 7. All right, so write that down or copy that. Number 6. Let me erase that. Clear that. All right, one more. Let's try 7. Write the equation of a parabola with f(0, 3) and vertex 0, 0. Okay. All right, let's draw a little picture. All right, 0, 0 is right there, and 0, 3 is right here. All right, so this is 0, 0, and this is 0, 3. Okay, so we're gonna search how to find equation of a parabola with f and vertex. So let's try that. Let's go back here. How to find a parabola given f and what was it? F and vertex. All right, let's take a look at an example with like this. What is the equation of a parabola with vertex at that and focus that? Focus and vertex. Is this focus and yeah, it's just like this one. All right, so let's see here. Whenever a vertex is known to us, we must preferably use the vertex form of the parabola. Okay, so oh yeah, put this on your sheet, on your cheat sheet for Wednesday. This y minus k squared equals 4a x minus h for horizontal parabola. That means if it opens to the left or right, and then this one underneath, if it opens up or down. You kind of
Thank
just
you.
switch, you kind of just switch this and this. But yeah, copy that down on your cheat sheet, that right there. Because these types of questions, we're going to have to use the right one.
I got it.
All right. All right. All right. Let's try this one. Okay. So, all right. So, which one? This is 7, right? This is 7. Okay. Write the equation of a parabola with f that focus of 0, 3 and vertex of 0, 0. Focus and vertex. Okay. So, what is the equation of a parabola with vertex at that and focus at that? Okay, so let's see how they get this. Y minus 3, 16x minus 2. All right, so where's this negative 3 coming from? Where's this negative 2 coming from?
The vertex, right?
Vertex is 2, 3, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So the vertex in our case is what? 0, 0, right? All right, so which one do we use? This one or this one? I'm thinking it opens up or down. So we're going to use this one. All right, let's write that down. X minus h squared. X minus h squared equals what? 4a y minus k
Mm-hmm.
equals 4a 4a y minus k. Okay, so we know h and k, right? We know that's 0, 0. X minus 0 squared times 4 times a times y minus 0. Okay, so let's just simplify that. That's just x squared there. And this is 4ay. All right, so we have to find a. What's this distance right here? 3, right? So I think we just take half of that again. So a would be 1.5 or 3/2. So plug that in right here. So x squared equals 4 times 1.5 times y. Just simplify that a little bit more. X squared. 1.5 times 4 is just 6. So 6x squared equals 6y. So let's see what they do next. They solve for what? They solve for oh, actually they just leave it like that. Y squared on the left and x on the right. Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay.
Y minus h squared. X minus h squared. X minus h. This wasn't squared, actually. My bad. This was not squared. Oh, no, it was squared. It was squared. This part is squared. So make sure you make that difference. That part right there is squared, but this part right here is not squared. So in other words, this is squared, but this is not squared. So did we do that? Yes, we did. X squared equals 6y. All right, so there's your
Mhm.
parabola formula. All right. So with these types of questions, actually, did I email this to you? These types of questions, you just got to know the slight difference, like where the directrix is, or which one of these formulas to use. The top one is if it's a horizontal parabola, and the bottom one is if it's a vertical. So basically, this one opens left or right. This one opens up or down. So you just got to know like which one to use when, you know what I mean? All right, how many questions do you have? All right, that's 7. How many questions do you have? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 13 questions, right? All right, we got through 7. And your quiz is on when? Your quiz is on Wednesday, right?
Yes.
All right. You want to meet tomorrow or what? Or you want to let me know if you want to meet tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll see.
I may have a 6:30 client. If you want to meet tomorrow at 7:30, just email me during the
Okay.
day tomorrow, and then we can go through the other ones. Oops.
Mhm.
I
I
think
got an email from the head department, and she said that we will have a review day tomorrow,
okay.
and then Wednesday we'll have a test.
Okay, if you still need help after the review, then just email me and let me know.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
All right,
you.
Jordan, just go through those examples that I emailed you. Those ones match up like with the questions that we did, right?
Yeah, I'll write them down.
All right. All right. I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow then.
Yes.
Okay, Jordan.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.